welcome you all to the session today. This is a very specific session and will be applicable to only students who are in first, second, third year of your med schools. So we are going to understand what is the change in the Indian med school system and how preparing for USMLE will make you a guaranteed doctor. Okay. Remember, things have completely changed now. So this perspective or this idea, everybody who is in first year, second year and third year of med school, I expect all of you to be very clear what direction or how things are going to be for you going forward. Okay, this is exactly how the next exam is. The next examination is your insurance or is your license, without which your medical degree does not hold any value. Okay, this is happening for the first time in India. Earlier, for your senior batches, the reality was if I actually enrolled myself in a medical college, government or private in India, I paid the relevant fees, I passed the relevant exams with bare minimum marks, I also was 75% plus in attendance. That's it. I was free to directly come in the job market and start working. But this doesn't hold true anymore. Okay? This doesn't hold true anymore. From now on, the perspective has changed. So you guys need to be completely aware of what you guys are going to expect going forward. If you are a first year, second year, third year student, believe me, there is a wind of change in the Indian medical education system, and I hope you are ready for the change. Okay, because without clearing the license exam, there is no way you can practice in India. Okay, you might have a degree, you might call yourself a physician, but there will be no entry in any hospital or a clinic unless the MCI approves you for clearing the license exam. Okay, so next exam will become very important. I am sure all of you are aware now the MCI will also be very shortly replaced by NMC, the National Medical Council. Okay, it was supposed to happen in February, March, but we know the current COVID situation, which is why it got little postponed. Now let us understand the history behind the examination. How do Indian students usually were planning or preparing for the examination, and what exactly is the change which has happened. All right, I'm sure everybody knows that there was a policy update in 2019, and according to this policy, a centralized examination has been announced for MBBS education. What is the purpose of that exam? This will serve as a common exit exam for the MBBS, and it will play a dual role. It will be also an entrance exam for PG and also a license granting examination. Okay, I believe majority of you are in a med school in India. I do have some students joining the session today who are also studying in Russia, China, Ukraine. All right. Okay, yeah, that's what my team confirms. We have students from Russia, China, Ukraine, India, Philippines, Georgia, all med schools attending the session today. We've almost cost 200 plus students. So what was happening earlier, okay? Or we can say as on date. As on date, those students who are studying in medical schools in Russia, China, Ukraine, basically anywhere outside India, had to appear this FMGE examination. Okay, in order to get a license to work in India. And the students who are from India plus those who studied their med school abroad, both have to give a NEET PG as a separate exam. So there were two examinations which were compulsory. Okay. Now the perspective has completely changed. Okay. With the advent of the next examination in India, the perspective has completely changed. Whether you study abroad or you study in India, both category of students have to give this exam called as the next examination. This will serve as a common exit exam as well as a license exam for PG. All right. So this is very important for you to understand. Okay. So guys, please understand this. This is a major shift of policy or the change happening for medical school students in India. Okay. Earlier, if I would have, let's say, taken an admission in a private college, paid crore of a rupee, and as long as I kept on passing the exams, I could open my own clinic or start working in a hospital. No worries. But now this barrier, the great barrier of next examination, is very much a reality. If we are not serious about these examinations from the day one of your med school, things will be difficult. Believe me, things will be difficult. And why am I saying that? I am talking on the data of one part of this exam. Okay, let's talk about when there is an exit examination, what happens. NEET PG was more on how much you could memorize, and it was not difficult. It's just that the seat sharing ratio is different. Otherwise, as an exam, because the exam was competitive, it's a different story. Even if you had a 50,000 rank in the NEET, still you could work as a medical officer anywhere you wished. But now, unless you get a base qualifying marks in the next, you will not be allowed to practice in India. Please understand this very, very clearly. Okay, let us see what is happening currently with students who are studying abroad. Okay, those who study abroad and are coming to India. Whenever there is an exit examination, the reality is when 100 students appear this exit examination, how many are actually becoming a doctor? In the last 7 years, only 20. What is happening with this balance 80? Have you ever wondered? And how many such students are there since last almost 7-8 years? Okay, this is a reality. You can check, you can find out. There are 25,000 plus doctors who studied and did their MBBS abroad and now are completely stuck. Okay, so please understand the importance of the next examination, guys. As long as you are in first year, second year and third year of med school, you will be able to understand why you need to prepare and orient yourself for the USMLE examination from the first year, so that you are ready for any examinations, whether it is next or anything which government announces in future. All right. Now, I don't know how many of you are aware, but these 80% of people in India are part of $1 billion industry. Okay, because they cannot work in any clinics, they cannot work in any hospital. So you can Google yourself where exactly these people are working and accordingly decide yourself whether you are serious about this next examination from the first year of med school, or you are open for this career. You can Google yourself medical scribe. It's a billion-dollar industry. It's a billion-dollar industry in India. Okay, please understand this. Medical scribe is nothing but working in a call center and working on behalf of senior doctors in foreign countries, senior doctors in top hospitals in India. You are not working from the front because you are not allowed. So these people do history taking, patient notes, all of these data points which have been collected by these physicians in different part of the world. They try to maintain the records properly in the app form. So decide whether you want to work in a call center or you are serious to become a doctor. Okay, we are very clear at Moksha. We are very clear that since the next exam will replace FMG exams and needs to be given by everyone, irrespective of government and private college, this is the time that all of us become very serious about this license examination. No longer is the case that I can just work with my MBBS degree. Okay. Now, what is the bigger change which has come in the medical school scenario in India? So globally, medical schools, how they teach the curriculum is also important. Okay, majority of the med schools teach the curriculum by the subjects. Okay, like what is happening in India, they teach by anatomy, biochemistry, physiology in the first year. Then second year, all your patho, pharma, immunomicrobiome, medical genetics, those come in. So those are subjects. There are such medical schools globally which also teach you by organ system. Okay, why is it? The reason is the human body is nothing but a combination of organ systems. So if you are going to know how to deal with organ system and correlate it with subjects, for example, if a patient walks into my clinic and he says I have some issues with regard to kidney stone, example, that means I need to know anatomy of kidney, I need to know biochemistry of blood, urine, kidney cells, I need to know the physiology of blood and urine. So what happens is, if the organ system base of learning is there, it is more of what we call as vertical and horizontal form of learning. I'm sure you might have heard the words, but need to correlate. So the pyramid of assessment is changing now in India. Earlier we were at the bottom of the pyramid. Okay, the only way the knowledge was tested was by written examination. That's it. You just memorize, you vomit, that's it. Now we are, as a community, upping the curve, upping the learning curve. Assessment methods are changing, they are improving. As per the current MCI competency based curriculum, the knowledge application, it will be tested by solving clinical problems. This is exactly what USMLE is. Okay, demonstration of clinical skills tested by OSCE case presentation. This is exactly with the USMLE practical exam is. Okay, so step 1 CK practical examination. So you need to understand we are moving towards the USMLE way of learning. And finally, the daily patient care by the work-based assessment is the USMLE step 3 exam. So the way we are learning and the way we are going to learn medicine, MBBS in India is now changing. No longer it is based only on the written examinations. All right, it will be competency based learning. Let me give you a simple example of an MCI competency mapping, and believe me, you might wonder, this has not started in my med school. They will have to do that, come what may. A general physiology lecture, it is expected what will be the competency outcome that needs to be mapped. As we saw in the earlier knowledge curve, how will the teaching happen? The teaching is happening by DOPE: demonstrate, observe, assist, and perform. So students will be given opportunity to practically apply the knowledge acquired, the skill acquired, because that's how globally people are learning medicine. In a simple lecture of medical school, there is an involvement of vertical integration of that particular topic with community medicine, of that particular topic with biochemistry. So what I'm trying to tell you is that you need to change the way you will be learning, the way your seniors gave exams and the way your seniors got degree has changed. If you are in first year, second year, or the third first year, be ready for this big change which is coming in the Indian med school system. All right, this is very, very important for each one of you to understand. Okay, I hope this is clear. I hope this is clear that now we are moving to a competency based learning and application based learning. Okay, during the next half an hour we will be understanding much in detail how exactly this competency framework will work. Okay, let's correlate the next examination which has been proposed by the MCC Medical Council and the USMLE examination. Let us correlate and understand why people need to prepare. Exactly, great. So Varun is confirming, yes, this all is happening in our college. I'm happy to know that. So this is exactly what is a massive shift happening in the way teachers are teaching in med school. So as you can see in the USMLE step 1 exam, okay, which is true for step 2 CK as well, how is the exam conducted? Application of foundational science, patient care, physical examination, lab and diagnostic studies, patient management at the diagnosis level and at a maintenance and disease prevention level, communication skills, ethics, and finally the practice-based learning environment. This is how your knowledge or competency has been tested. Don't start thinking, okay, USMLE एग्जाम है जिसमें MCQ होता है जो डिफिकल्ट होता है और नीट पीजी में MCQ इजी होता है. No, this is not how you compare. आपको समझना है the learning outcomes. Now, learning outcomes of the step 1 exam is actually matching what are the expected learning outcomes of the next examination. Because even the next examination, the focus is 60% on problem solving. Okay, while the exam will be happening on all your clinical subject, 80% weightage is in the clinical subject, but 10% on applied basic, 10% on public health, 30% on comprehension analysis. This is exactly what is meant by diagnosis. Can you see this? There is a complete correlation. 30% comprehension correlation, 60% problem solving. That is exactly what is applying your fundamental knowledge. And what was very much prominent or important in the NEET PG, only memorizing things, factual questions have become the least important thing in the new next exam. How much you can memorize, your recall knowledge is only 10%. So it is now the time, right time for you to make a shift. If you are going to refer the NEET PG books, And if you expect you are going to clear an exam of the level of next, it's a very wrong direction you are going. You have to reach, maybe Kanyakumari, and you are traveling to Kashmir. It's two opposite pole, north and south. NEET PG and next are two opposite pole. So how do you take this journey for the next forward? The only way is to prepare for USMLE from the first year of med school. This is the only way things are going to move forward going forward. All right, this is very important. Let us understand this clearly. Okay, let us understand this clearly. In case any questions, feel free to ask. But we need to understand what exactly will be our pathway and the journey going forward. Okay, it is very important we have a complete clarity. This session is specifically designed keeping in mind first, second, third year of med school students in India. Okay, let us see the next exam format. Okay, this is again, let me tell you, let me quickly give you a disclaimer. Star conditions apply. This is just a proposed format. However, as per the firm proposal, this is how it is. It will be a 3-day exam. Day 1, medicine and pediatrics in 2 halves. Pre-lunch, 120 questions, 3 hours for medicine. Post-lunch, 60 questions, 1.5 hours for medicine. All right. Surgery, 120 questions, 3 hours. ENT, 60 questions, 1.5 hours. And day 3, OBGY, 120 questions, 3 hours. And then ophthalmology, 60 questions, 1.5 hours. So if you understand the context, this is exactly how the current exams of USMLE happen, in terms of the step 2 CK. The step 2 CK exam correlates with the next one. The step 1 is the foundation on the basis of which you will be able to solve the next examination. Okay, so you need to understand why it is so important for students who are in first, second, and third first of MBBS in India to start preparing for the USMLE on the very first day. Okay, please understand this and have a complete clarity. All right, great. So now let us see the timeline for MBBS students. What exactly is the timeline for MBBS students, which is again proposed? Simple. January of a year when you will complete your final year. Okay, January is a period when you will have your MBBS final exam. Final year gets over in November. December you will have a study break, and January will have where you will have your MBBS final examinations. Okay, March is your next one exam. So if somebody does not clear final exam, you might have one opportunity in February, and then if you clear your final exam, then you will be given an opportunity to do the next one examination. Okay, now the next one exam is the exam which we saw earlier, the theory part of the next exam. Okay, a 3-day exam what we discussed. Next again has 2 parts. The next one, which is theory online, and next 2, which is a practical examination. So what exactly is the next 2 examination? Let us understand this again. All right, let us understand this again. After clearing the next examinations, my internship will start. So mind you, starting of internship is conditional to passing the next one exam. Guys, this is very, very important. Have a complete clarity. Okay. Once I complete my internship in the March next year, April of next year, I will be appearing the practical exam, which is the next 2. All right. After I clear my next 2 is when finally I will receive my degree. Okay. Earlier, this was not a condition. For your seniors, this is not there. This is not there. They completed their final year, they completed their internship, they directly got the degrees, but this has changed for you. Okay, so please understand this very, very clearly. Once you have your MBBS degree, that's when July onwards your PG starts in India, provided you have the right rank. Okay, I hope this is clear for each one of you. Why it is important to prepare from first year, and what exactly is the correlation in terms of the preparatory level and the journey between USMLE and next. Let us see that as well. I'm sure majority of you are aware because you are already medicos, but still I need to define, since we have students not only from India but med schools from Russia, China, Ukraine, so I have divided into a 6-year program. Technically, of course, it's a 5.5-year program. However, MBBS is divided into preclinical, paraclinical, and clinical subjects. All right, and the pre and paraclinical subjects form the foundation of your med school career. These were, if you talk about in India, not many people give importance to these subjects. Okay, we have studied just to pass first year, second year, third year. If you ask a third year student, do you remember the concept of first year? Majority of them forget it. That is why pre-final year students actually prepare and revise their anatomy book, because unless you revise anatomy, it is going to be difficult doing well in your surgery. So what is the advantage of preparing for USMLE in first, second, and third year? Is because the USMLE exams are divided. So what will happen? Moment I am in the first year, end of first, I can give the step 1 examination. And if I am in first year, if I am in second year, and if I am in third year, if I prepare in a very focused manner for step 1 of USMLE, my foundations will be very, very strong for the upcoming storm of the next examination. Please understand these things very, very clearly. Okay, the students, in fact, I personally know of a lot of students in KEM, in AIMS, in AVFMC, PGI. They are very clear with their planning, right? They are parallelly to the med school preparing for these examinations, all right? Because please understand, ultimately you need to also decide in your life what specializations you want to do in terms of your clinical opportunities. Okay, because unless your foundations are strong, unless my ANAT is going to be strong, how will I choose my specialization in surgical fields? Unless my patho, physio, pharmac is strong, how can I think of a career in medicine and subspecialization? See, my vision has to be successfully do a clinical PG. That should be my plan from my day 1 of med school. So typically, while you study these clinical subjects, every student will start preparing for the next one examination. Going forward, the final year will be time to prepare for the next examination. Why? Because end of final year, as we discussed, everybody will have to give the next examination. Okay, so it is highly important all of you right away start the preparation. Okay, orientation has to be very clear about the importance and the analogy of the next examination. And of course, once you clear your next, and then when you start internship, That is where people will do now the step 2 CK and the CS exams of USML, because learning them well will help me do well later on afterwards to clear the next 2 examination. So the way I study traditionally, let me tell you what 80% of Indian students were doing. I forget students from KEM, AIMS, and all the top colleges, AFMC. I'm not talking about them. I am talking about a normal medical school student, whether it is government or private. When they were in the internship year, 5.5, 6, in the internship year phase, they used to wonder, should I do PG in India or USMLE? That stage was very late, and people wasted after graduation 2-3 years of your life then to decide the planning. This major change by the Medical Council of India in the way you are being learned and way the assessment happens has changed everything for everyone. Now students are, it is like a compulsory thing, you have to be serious from the first year and plan yourself well, because please remember, by understanding this we also need to realize that my MBBS is equally important. My MBBS exams cannot be ignored. While I am going through this journey, I need to strengthen my year 1, I need to strengthen my year 2, I need to strengthen my year 3. It exactly is very important. I need to know the theory from my med school, but I need to be ready for application based step 1, application based next, application based step 2 CK, and the CS examination. This clarity of career has to be there with everyone. Okay, it is very important all of you understand this is going to be the game changer now for Indian students in terms of planning. Okay, now let me ask you a very simple question. Okay, what do you think are the chances of getting PG in India and US? Okay, just a small, एकदम very simple comparison. Okay, very simple comparison. I'm sure you are doing planning, so you need to do well in advance. As per the admission cycle of 1920, when 10 MBBS students apply for an admission, only one gets a PG seat in India. If I were to compare with the 2020 admission ratio of America, the 10 students apply, 6 are getting a PG seat. So that orientation and clarity of career have to be there with each one of you. Why am I stressing the planning for PG from the first and second year? Again, this is something I am not saying. An official survey was done by Government of India. Okay? Last year, official survey was done by a Government of India. You can Google yourself. Okay? Article had come where Human Resource Development NIRF did a survey in finding out what kind of salary packages do Indian students get if they only do MBBS. They don't do PG. What kind of salaries does actually Indian students get? And you might be shocked to know, after doing so much of hard work, after spending so much of money, what exactly is the kind of remunerations do students get paid. So if I don't do PG, there is not much of a value which is holds in an undergrad MBBS degree. Okay, please understand this very, very clearly. If you can, if you want, I can send you the link, or you can or yourself, Google it out. But my point is very clear. Stand alone MBBS degree will not fetch you a good career. Please understand this. Crores of rupees People have spent crores of rupees. And can you see the salaries they are getting? In the orange are the median annual salaries. So what happens here? Moment people know that you are from a private medical college, again the salaries go down. Okay, moment people know you are a graduate from private, salaries further go down. So please understand this, that you should definitely aim for PG, because without there is not much of a career in India. Okay, please get this clarity very much. All right, so now about in a quick fashion, what are the USMLE examinations? Okay, what are these 4 steps of exams and how you can prepare for it? So broadly, USMLE 3 steps but 4 examinations. Okay, step 1, which is online. Step 2, CK, which is online. CS, which is a practical exam. And step 3, which is more of a license based examination. So both step 1 CK can be given in India. Step 2 CK in India. CS happens in America. Step 3 happens in America. Okay. Now, what is the step 1 portion and step 2 CK portion? That I will request you, all of you have access to something called as a handout. So if you can open a handout called as the Moksha USMLE brochure, we will be able to understand and see what exactly are the subjects of the step 1 and step 2 CK. Once you see that, you will have a complete clarity in terms of the entire preparation plan. Why did I say giving step 1 in the 3rd year? Okay, you will have a complete clarity. All right, let us quickly this. All right, so as you can see, what is the step 1 portion? Your first 2 years of MBBS, and that behavioral science, which is part of your PSM, psychiatry, biochemistry, medical genetics, microbio, immuno, patho, pharma, physio. Step 2 CK, medicine, OBGY, surgery, neurology, psychiatry, clinical pharmacology. And the step 2 CS, which is a practical examination, okay, which is the theory or CK, and all the clinical cases of these subjects are tested in the CS. So that is the reason why people prepare for step 1 from the first year up here in the 3rd year. Now let us understand the system of examinations. In fact, I will invite all of you to appear for the mock examination, okay, where you can actually see the format of the actual USMLE examination, right? So typically USMLE is an online exam for step 1, 7 blocks of 40 questions. So in every block there are 40 questions. There are total 280 MCQs. My faculties always say these are like seeing 280 patients in a busy clinic for 8 hours. In the history of these examinations, these are the longest examinations. Step 1 8 hours, step 2 CK 9 hours, CS 9 hours, and step 3 2-day examination. Okay, also let us understand that in case of step 1 or CK, while the questions are 280 and 318 at a time, in 1 hour I have to only solve 40 questions. In 1 hour I have to solve only 38 questions. Now these 40 questions can be from any subject, okay, because it is a combination of subject. It is to do with organ systems. However, the scope of this examination is very much specific. The scope of this examination is very much specific. All right. The step 1 exam will only ask you MCQ based clinical questions from first 2 years of MBBS. Step 2 CK, all the clinical years. Now, please understand 40 questions, 1 hour, so less than 2 minutes per MCQ. And every MCQ is a patient case. I can show you one example for you to realize 2 minutes are not enough unless you orient yourself or prepare yourself fundamentally, thinking about whatever I am studying in my med school, how am I using it, keeping in mind the patient. The patient centered learning is highly important. Okay, all right. Now, both step 1 and CK examinations are conducted every day throughout the year. Okay, every day throughout the year, both the step 1 and CK exams are conducted. All right. So the scoring system is a little different compared to what happens in India. Anybody who appears for USMLE step 1 exam gets a minimum 140 marks, maximum 280. That is the range for step 1 or step 2 CK or step 3, in which the passing is around, if your answers are 60% correct, you get around 194 in step 1, which is a passing marks, or 209 in step 2 CK, which is a passing marks, or 196 in step 3. Believe me, these marks are not enough for you to get a good quality residency and a PG seat. You require to hit 240. 240 is your target, and the marks get locked for 7 years. So you have only one attempt if you pass. Okay, so which means I will prepare for this exam very seriously. If anybody who appears the exam, let's say gets 195, or let's say gets in step 2 CK 210, with that score he will not get a PG. You need to hit a 240 score for getting a residency of your own choice. This is very, very important. Okay, all right, so now please understand this. Since all of you are in first year, second year and third first year, please note that the step 1 exam is going to become a pass and a fail exam from January of 2022. Okay, so this will impact those who are in first year. Those who are in second year and third year might give exam next year and still follow the old rule, so no problem for them. But those who are in first year, you need to understand these exams will become pass and a fail from 2022. And how is going to impact the overall journey? It will impact because currently the pass rate of step 1 is 80%. So it's a comparatively easier exam than the NEET PG and then the FMG in terms of passing rates. But since the exam will become pass and a fail, we are expecting the pass rates to go down. We are expecting maybe the passing score might increase. So you need to be very serious about preparations, okay, when you are planning for these USMLE examination, because exam fees are also high. Step 1 1100, step 2 CS 1100, step 3 $690. Okay, now let's talk about the step 2 CS practical exam. Okay, this happens in America. There are 5 centers where this exam is conducted. Okay, you need to understand how the CS exam works, for which I will invite you to visit usmle.org website. Okay, this is the master website where you will get every information about USMLE. This is the official website for the USMLE board. Okay, now the step 2 CS exam will happen. In CS, you are acting as a physician. typically CS has to be given in the internship year. Okay, so by then you have cleared your step 1 examination. Mind you, the new rule of USMLE board says you cannot appear this practical CS exam without clearing step 1. The way you are giving exams is completely different than the way your seniors were giving. Your seniors used to wake up one fine day in internship, realize, oh my God, NEET PG is difficult. Let's prepare for USMLE. Oh my God, in internship, people can do rotations. Let's fly to US, do the rotation, do the CS exam, come back, then appear step 1, flunk in step 1, and waste 15-20 lakhs the entire journey. So do not do this last minute planning. CS is a practical exam which can be given in internship year. Now USMLE has mandated this. You can only appear after you have passed the step 1 exam. Okay. In CS, what happens? You are going to meet 12 patients. Like this, there will be 12 different clinic and 12 different patients. Okay. So this is a clinic kind of a scenario. Outside the clinic, something called as the doorway information or the chief complaint of the patient will be mentioned. You have to enter the clinic, and in every clinic you will get 25 minutes in which you take down the patient history, you do the physical examination, and based on these two things you will generate a differential diagnosis. Once you come out of the clinic kind of a setup, you will type patient notes on a computer. So your typing skills are important. You cannot use the SMS WhatsApp language. Okay. Please understand, once you have done all of the 4 things for one patient, these patient individually, each and every patient, all these 12 cases will observe you and mark you pass or a fail on your communication and interpersonal skill, your English proficiency, and integrated clinical encounter. So while doing all of the 4 things, whether you wash your hands, wear gloves, basic hygiene, how you use the biomedical instrumentation, do you use any medical jargon which a normal patient is not aware, do you counsel the patient well, this is exactly what the CS exam is. So it's not a difficult exam, but it requires you to be understanding of the American healthcare system. This is just a pass and a fail examination. So importance is to pass in the first attempt. All right. Clear? So you require step 1, once it becomes pass and a fail, passing in first attempt. CS CK 240, CS passing in first attempt, and step 3 should be 240. Okay. Step 3 is a 2-day exam. Day 1 there are 7 blocks MCQ. Okay, just like the step 2 CK. Day 2 first half MCQ. Second half there is something called as CCS or clinical case simulation. So there is a software called as Primum. On this Primum software, you need to appear this examination where they will give you the entire patient management. They will give you a patient cases around 13 to 14. You keep on giving the treatment, and on the simulation they will let you know the patient's condition in such a way that end of simulation either the patient dies or patient survives. Depending on how many patients you are able to survive, that's when you pass the examination. So typically CS examination is the only practical exam. Step 1 CK and step 3 are all online computer based examination, and the series of USMLE from step 1 to step 3 you need to clear in a period of 7 years. Okay. Why people prepare for USMLE? Because if you are preparing and orienting yourself by the USMLE way of preparation, believe me, whether it is a next exam, whether it is any other third country exam, you will be excelling it because you are learning for the most difficult exam. Are you getting it? So that is why, and that is how now in India the trend has been very clear. People are clear about their priorities, their goals, and are preparing for USMLE from the first year itself. So I hope you are able to understand MBBS is a long journey. You take your admission, you appear for your college exams. There is another hurdle now called as the next exam, which will give you your MBBS degree. There is a hurdle of PG exam, then you do your PG. I hope you are able to understand this. Okay, before I take all the questions, let me tell you, please understand all of us very, very clearly. Okay, at Moksha, we believe in career planning and planning. Okay, so we have developed our Moksha YouTube channel as well, which you need to watch so that you have a complete clarity of lot of concepts which I discussed today. Okay, at Moksha, students study on a completely technology driven learning management system. So students at Moksha prepare for the examinations right from first year. So all of them have access to this learning management tool, and you can also have this access and check out your free trial. Okay, I will just send you this YouTube channel link. You can like and subscribe and be in touch with us. Before I start the Q&A, there are a lot of questions which are already here. Before I answer all your Q&A question, let me quickly show you how the students study. So they click on a particular day, the entire study schedule is prepared for them. They open the schedule, they see the lecture, they start attending the live online lecture. The students on the Moksha platform study in a most comprehensive way. They have access to the AI-based identified weakness content. They have access to the high quality question bank. Many point of time get stuck, you have access to high quality sessions, lectures. You can, at any point of time open a video. These are small short videos. Keep in mind your interest level. You can log in, you can download notes, you can ask doubts to the faculty, watch the particular video, click the notes here. You can report mistakes, you can solve your doubts. Every students have access to this complete and comprehensive video library. They have access to the live lectures where faculties across the globe teach you, because now exam is competency based. It is important that you have access to the research articles. Research articles is becoming more and more important. So how are you utilizing the knowledge you receive and correlating it with the research article? Even that is focused on our learning software. So whatever you learn, we will try correlating it with a research article so that you study what is important and understand the application of whatever you are learning. Okay, that orientation, the way Indian students are learning will now change. Everybody has access to the question bank. Each student can practice questions of their own, keeping in mind what I told you at the start. How do medical schools prepare? By subjects or by organ systems. So you can appear questions also keeping in mind the medical college subjects or organ system. Create your own exam, prepare an exam, appear the exam, and make your concept strong. We are believing in artificial intelligence. Our software tells you when you are exam ready. What is your predictive score? What are your key strength subjects, weaker subjects? Okay, what are your performance of correct, incorrect so far? This is very important for you guys to understand. We have done a mapping of entire career library for you. I told you we plan up to PG. So whether you want to become an anesthesiologist, neurologist, ENT, entire career goal is defined for you. You have access to the news and updates. So everything is very much clear on this software. I hope you are able to understand this very clearly. Whatever reference material you require, you have access to high quality faculty. You have access to the physicians all across the globe. So this is a software which every MOOC student utilizes parallel to medical school. And if you want your own copy, you can get your free trial also. Okay, also like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you get a lot of information about the next exam, about the USMLE, about the I-Form. Okay, so feel free to watch. We recently had a pediatric GI specialist physician from emergency medicine department of an American university doing the session. We talk a lot about various opportunities, how to work around preparation of USMLE, the patient-centered learning. We do online webinars for lot of medical college students. We do in-person sessions. We had invited speakers specifically to talk about coronavirus from the microbiome, from the public health point of view. Hundreds and hundreds of students are preparing on the MOOCs platform, and our focus is very clear. What we focus is something called as patient-centered learning. What we focus is to prepare from first year of medical school. Okay, so I hope this is clear for each one of you. Now I am happy to have any questions which each one you have. Let me take up each and every question. Okay, great. Let's start step by step with one question. First question: what might be the new passing score for step 1? See, your question itself says what might. Nobody knows that, Karthik. It's no use speculating it. Okay, only thing you need to keep in mind that the exam will become a pass and a fail from 2022. Okay, now let us take one question. Can we appear for step 1 in second year only? No, Mitali. You prepare for step 1 in first and second year. Only after you pass your second year is when you can appear the step 1 exam. Okay, Anu, yes, that's correct. Okay, I am a third year student. The thought and going through the process of USMLE, am I late for giving step 1 this year? Or I will have to wait for my internship to finish? That means I will face a new pass and a fail. The new concept of exam, keeping in mind extra years with no guarantee that people used to get first step. Bhavya, I don't know. Certain part of your exam question is on assumption. Okay, I don't know where this rumor is coming from, but unfortunately, there is a rumor that exam becomes pass and a fail, and it will become impossible for Indian students to get. This is absolutely incorrect, Bhavya. The reality is the way people will be assessed, only that thing is changing. So one part of your question, that if the exam becomes pass and a fail, will it become difficult for international students to get admission? No, it won't. Only the parameters will change, and for that, if you want to know much in detail, I will again recommend you to log into this Moksha coaching YouTube channel, because month of February, I did a very detailed session. There were about 500 plus students attending that session. So I would recommend you to watch that session, okay? So that you have a complete clarity, okay? What exactly is the impact? Impact is the parameters on the basis of which you will get admission. Impact is not that people will stop getting residency. No, that is incorrect assumption. Okay, this is the video which I was talking about. Whenever you get time, I will send it to you. Watch it at your own pace. Okay, but it's important. So don't fall prey to the rumors that USMLE is over. USMLE is not going anywhere. USMLE is not going anywhere. Okay, clear? All right. So other part of your question, Bhavya, that am I late for step one? No. If you are going to start your prep immediately, okay, and if your conceptual knowledge is good, and considering the change of academic year, COVID situation, we are anticipating majority of first year students to appear exam by next year, Jan, Feb, March. Okay, if you are planning to do that way, it will help you revise first and second year knowledge. B, for any reason, if you are not ready for the exam, no problem. It will make you strong for your final year. Your entire revision happens for medicine and surgery subject. And in the first few months of internship, you will be easily be ready to appear the step one. Okay. So if you are in first, if you are in final year, Bhavya, then I don't recommend. But if you are in first year, you still have a strong chance to prepare and appear for step one, provided you have to work extra mile. Things won't be easy because, of course, first is the only year when you are comparatively free compared to other years of MBBS. However, however, you will have to put in extra hours of studies, extra efforts. But if you do that, it is worth the journey, because if you have given your step one in the internship year, you could actually manage your entire, uh, you know, um, clinical rotation for free. You don't pay tuition fee if you have given step one. Okay. Bhavesh is asking how much is going to cost if I do PG in America in terms of initial preparation. So initial preparation of exams, exam fee, going to America for the travel, for the US clinical experience, for the practical CS exam, the total expenditure from day one of your medical school and you get your admission is around 15 to 20 lakh rupees. That's the total expenditure which you will incur, which you will recover in the first year of your PG, because in that where you get salary worth 35 to 40 lakh rupees. Okay. If I give step one in 2021 and give CS and CK after internship, will I be judged on pass and a fail or mark based? Obviously, Simran, you will be judged on pass and a fail, because when you will be appearing, your peers, your people around you who will be co-applicants will be applying. Nobody will have their step scores published. So it is obvious that it will be just a pass and a fail consideration. But what will matter, Simran, which I have described well in my YouTube video, is the attempt. The step one passing in first attempt becomes very, very important, Simran. That is why you can prepare now, but then decide accordingly. Sara, this is again a matter of clarity. We still require clarity from medical council. There has not been a clear update. So far it is said that the next one score, because next one will be a score exam, next two will just be a pass and a fail. So PG is determined on the next one examination. But regarding the attempts and what if you don't get the rank, those clarifications are still expected from the medical council. I answered your question, Jay. How much money will you spend on USMLE? Okay, great. Again, Aman Bhagat, this clarity, what happens if a final year student in the last batch of NEET PG is not able to get his seat in that year? Will he be eligible and does he have to write the next exam? This clarity is not there as per the medical council as on date as we speak today. Okay, so if I do not want to speculate, and if somebody gives you any information that is incorrect information simply because there is no official announcement of these kind of conditions. I hear a lot of students about this and I understand this very clearly. I want the mock test number. This is the number, Ramana. 937271441. You can WhatsApp on this number, or email ID is usmle@mooc16.com. Okay, so do you say that we should start studying as per organ system? Absolutely, yes, Yesha. So whatever you are studying, try correlating it with organ systems. Imagine you are learning upper limbs in your anatomy. Try thinking how and what will be the application of what you are learning, because in real life when the patient walks in, how are you going to deal with it? Okay, this is something which is highly important. Now next question I have, to 2022 it becomes pass and a fail, but selection will be on. How will it affect IMGs? Selection will be depend on how much more you score than us. No, it's incorrect, Varun. The admissions are not just based on USMLE scores. Okay, so that is a misconception that that was the only factor on which Indian students were getting admission. Okay, again for that, I will want you to open the MOOCs USMLE brochure. Okay, which is there as a handout. You can download it for yourself. Please open this brochure, because let me show you the first page of the brochure. And this is something I wish and I require each one of you to have a clarity. Doing a PG in America is like doing a job. So admissions are not just based on the USMLE marks, Varun. So don't get confused, Varun, with this aspect at all. Okay, please understand this. Doing a PG is like doing a job. So your admission will be based on your college performance, which is why I said you need to balance your medical school as well, your USMLE marks, your all-rounded CV, and the residency interview. Each and every factor will play a role. Am I clear? I hope this clarity is there, because it is a job. Scoring marks will help you only up to one particular percentage. What did you in your med school? How did you fare in your interviews? How you built your CV? Everything has a weightage. Please understand this very clearly, Varun, because this orientation is highly important. Okay, which is why we decided for you to attend this session and have a complete clarity. Okay, Hunar has a question. Do students who plan to do USMLE have to give next part 2 also? Hunar, I will surely recommend. Reason is, please understand, forget about USMLE, non-USMLE. Next 2 will be the only exam remaining for you to be a licensed physician in India. So tomorrow it's the age of telemedicine. You are working with an American hospital. You get a deputation for their project in India. Like you already have Columbia Asia in India, right? So if you get such kind of opportunities, what will you do? You will say, I didn't clear my next 2 exam and don't have a license to work in India. Doesn't look good. So always keep your plan B open. It's always important, and which is why I strongly recommend you to ensure you clear your next one as well as next 2. Don't leave in between and fly to US. Okay, that is not an ideal thing. Also, although it's not a requirement, but I am suggesting from the long-term career benefit point of view. Ayush Gupta, sir, if this becomes pass and a fail, will the scores be any relevance? Yes, Ayush, scores of step 2 CK, scores of step 3 will be relevant, but passing in first attempt for all the exams, step 1, CK, CS, as well as step 3, definitely will be relevant. What are the surgery pediatric residency match chances according to news USMLE chain? Simran Pal, there is absolutely no trend right now for me to show you because the changes only happens in 2022 and it's a 1 year of admission. So only after 2023 March is when we will come to know what exactly was the trend analysis as per the new change. Okay. What happens if one doesn't qualify in next one? Sarah, again, that's a big question mark. We still require clarity from the MCI. What is the policy on number of attempts? Whether internship can start any other part of the time or we have to wait for 1 year. Those clarity is still required, Sarah. Okay. As on date, as we talk today, there is no clarity as such given by the university. Sir, I am in third year, not started USMLE or next. What should I do? Shreya, I believe if you are in third first, do not waste a single moment. Immediately you can begin the program. We have something called as the advanced clinical science module. If you are not able to give the step 1 exam next year, no problem. Our program does not have a validity. Our faculties will still help you once you reach internship year for step 1. Okay, so it is not like that. If you enroll with our program now, you have to give the exam next year. We will train you for the next year, but for any reason, if you are not able to give the exam next year, we will still be with you in your internship year also. Ours is a zero validity program. All right, great. I have your rumors from people that Indians don't get surgery. You yourself mentioned it's a rumor. Okay, so please do not believe in that. Okay, it is very, very important for you to understand this. Is US PG degree acceptable in Indian government or private sector? Absolutely yes. So Bhavya, what we will do, you can Google yourself right now and find out. You can Google yourself and find out, okay, the top physicians working in Fortis, working in Apollo, working in Medanta, working in Wokhard, Medicity, and you will realize they have either done residency or fellowship from America. Okay, so you can work in both government and private sector. So don't worry at all. Okay, there are so many questions. Please, students, don't mind. I am going to answer each one of them, but do not worry in terms of your questions not getting answered, and do not repeat the question. I already have one copy. I will answer that. So you posting it multiple times is just blocking the time required to answer all the questions. Okay. Next is divided into two parts at the end of final year and end of internship. Yes, absolutely. Yes, Ms. Ba. I'm in third year, not started. I already answered that question. Okay, now I have a question from. This is really helpful. Thank you, Mitali. One second. So many questions. Okay, very interesting question I have. Okay, what if my next exam and USMLE exam clash? Very interesting question. It is never going to happen, my friend. USMLE and Next cannot clash, because please understand, the Indian exams of Next or USMLE, the basic difference you need to understand. When is Next conducted? We just saw in the presentation, they have mentioned it is happening only in the month of March. And when does USMLE get conducted? Just so that everybody is aware, these exams of USMLE happen every day throughout the year, Monday to Friday. So whenever you are ready, you can appear the exam. So there is nothing called as, clashing of this examination. Okay. I am in the second year. Am I late for the process? No, Gurchuran, you are in the right time. So if you are in first, second, or third year, third, first, you are not late as long as you are parallelly preparing for the step one. Okay, the step one examination is very, very important. Okay, I completed my internship in 2022. That is when Next is going to be implemented, and given by Next only we get our degree. But if I want to give USMLE, do I need to give Next one and Next two? Please, Kairavi, I told earlier, I'm repeating again. If you are a batch who has to give the Next one and Next two, please give it. Having a license of India is highly important. You never know where you will be utilizing it. Also, understand, if the condition of you giving the Next two exam is that you will get a degree, then you will require your degree to join a PG program in America. So do not think of not giving the Next two examination. Aisha, there is a thin rumor that yes, 2016 batch might have to give it, but now with the academic session getting postponed and the COVID situation, we are not sure is it firmly going to happen. Okay, so I would not like to speculate on that. We don't give video lectures, Swarupa, Rath. We actually give live lectures. Okay, and we have a modular program. So we, under our module 1, do pre-med coaching, just like American students study. Before even joining med schools, we have lots of students studying with us. Under the module 2, we train for step 1 and CK exams. Module 3, we train for clinical rotations, electives, and all those things. In fact, you can check out on our website as well. And under module 4, we also help with the placement of residency. In fact, you can check it out in this brochure itself. Okay, so we will help you right up till your match. Please understand this very clearly. Gurcharan, you are not late. What should I do if my college is not certified by USMLE? The opportunity of USMLE is not with every college. Okay, but your college, if they do proper documentation, they can get themselves listed. Alina, what is your college? If you can let me know, I can let you know how the procedure works. You'll have to let me know what's your medical college name. How COVID affects PG in US? Well, it is bringing welcome changes. There are expectations of CS exam becoming telemedicine wise online. There are again expectations. These are not official announcements, that the interviews for matching, which usually happens in a physical form, might happen virtually. So yes, they are bringing positive changes for international students. Dr. Shubi, I am a foreign graduate, past FMG, need to start USMLE. Perfect. You can definitely do it on the MOOCs platform. We have a fast track batch under module 2 for step 1 and CK. So be in touch with our team. In fact, first step I will recommend is to go mooc16.com and the free trial and give the mock examination of step 1. Okay, very simple. You just have to click on the online coaching, go to the US coaching, and you will get the link of the free trial for the USMLE. Okay, you can actually access it, experience the MOOCs platform, give a mock free examination, and then decide your journey for USMLE. Okay, our sessions are already on. We have a lot of students already part of the program. You can find the information on the YouTube channel. All right, great. So now the next one is, I am planning to take surgery. What should be my score in step 1? Whether it is step 1 CK or step 3, your score has to be 240 plus, 245 plus. Surgical specializations are very, very competitive. Okay, Vansh is asking again, what are the chances of Indian students to get surgery? Okay, let me show you once what happened this year. How many students actually got admissions in surgery? Okay, let me quickly show you that data that gives you an idea that in US there is no quota system in terms of getting your seat. If you have the right profile, you will be welcome in US. Okay, all you need to do is have a good profile. Okay, and of course the way it happens in India, similar pattern is in America. If the seats are going to be less, of course the seats will be competitive. Okay, so please understand this very, very clearly. Okay, so this is what happened in the 2020 admission cycle, which just got over in the month of March. Okay, this year 2020, how many students got admission? Let us see this. Okay, this particular slide will let us know this official data. Can you see this? This is the specialization. This is the green card holders. This is non-green card holders. So you have to check this line. Okay. So as you can see, NSTVO 1370 seats, 78 international students got admission. Okay. As we go up, family med 4006 seats, 400 international students got admission. Medicine 8,690, 2,000 international students got admission. Okay. Neurology 682 seats, 182 students got admission. OBGY 1440, 36 students got admission. Pathology 600 seats, 232 students got admission. Pediatrics 2864 seats, 340 students got admission. Psychiatry 1858 seats, 129 students got admission. Okay. Surgery 1536 and 1174, and 500 seats, and around 240 students got admission. So because the seats are less in surgery, 2500, wherein in medicine 8000 seats, that is why the ratio. But the rumor which you heard that people don't get, if you people don't get, the answer should have been 0. It is not 0, it is 240. So yes, people get it, but you require right profile to compete amongst the students. Okay, this is clear. All right, I am in final year. If you are in final year, just focus on your final year exam. Do not prepare for USMLE right now. Once you come in internship year, then think about the USMLE examinations. Okay, my college has started in 2017. When will it get permission for USMLE? Not before 2023. Once the first batch gets over Ayushi, only then. So if you are serious about USMLE, you might want to change your med school if possible. I know of students who have transferred into other med school with a USMLE permission. Okay. Otherwise, you will not be allowed to write the USMLE until 2023. Alina, your college is actually in process. Okay, your college, I forgot the professor name. One of your senior was in touch with me, and she connected me with your dean's office, and I have already given the college officials the details of whom to write to get the accreditation. And if they are going to do the proper paperwork, your college might get it in next 8 months to 1 year. Okay, so Alina, you definitely don't have to worry. Okay, just be in touch. I forgot the name. In fact, if you can later on WhatsApp me, I can connect you and let you know whom did I spoke earlier, all right, in your college, and I've already given them all the information. Do electives become compulsory? Aisha, electives are always compulsory. Okay, please understand this. Anybody who says I will crack USMLE without electives does not know how the admissions happen in America. Electives is not something different. It is showing your clinical skills by American professors. It is getting letter of recommendation from the American professors. So those who are living in the wonderland that they will get admission without rotation doesn't happen. I just told you admissions will happen on an overall profile. Those who want to know about clinical rotation, do not miss this session. You will have a complete clarity about the clinical rotations. Okay, watch this video and you will have a complete clarity on the entire clinical rotation. Okay, this is available on our YouTube channel. I have shared the link with you. All right, thank you very much. I'm just happy that all of you are happy with the content and the information. Our aim is to ensure that we are trying to guide you well in this journey. Medicine is a long journey. I wish you all the very best. Thank you, Vansh. Vansh is saying it was amazing session. Thank you, Vansh, for your appreciation. I wish you all the very best. Each one of you, stay safe, stay at home. If there is any assistance required, you have our YouTube channel, you have our email IDs, WhatsApp, and happy to connect soon. Stay at home, stay safe, and all the very best. And hope to see you soon in the future MOOC sessions. Thank you, Amritendu, Shrestha, Gesha, Shubhi Srivastav. Thank you, everyone. I will end this session and hope to see you soon in the future sessions. Thank you.